What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. Shocking news today for Concord. The game is shutting down on September 6th. That is 3 days from now, and I don't know if you're aware, this game I don't think has been out for a full 2 weeks. I was fortunate that the folks at PlayStation actually provided me with a review copy of the game. And I don't know that I would have gotten it otherwise, but I will say, a $40 entry point was always the issue. Now, from the start, I just want to say that if you bought this game digitally, you are going to get refunded for this game. All right. So the PlayStation Store, the Epic Games Store, and Steam will start issuing refunds to you within the next 30 to 60 days. So you're going to get your money back. There is a blog on PlayStation about this, so definitely refer to that for the exact information. What we're watching right now, obviously, is the videos that they were doing. And listen, man, when we all saw this this trailer with this type of content back in, I want to say, Summer Game Fest, it looked fantastic. I think we were all really excited. This game looked like it was going to be really cool. It looked like it would be some awesome Guardians of the Galaxy heist, open world kind of RPG style action game. And it was a hero shooter. And I think that was one of the quickest turnarounds I've ever seen in the history of gaming, where people went from hyped to like completely disappointed. It was like the total okie doke. All right. They just got, spun around 360. And, I think that's fair. But at the same time, devs can make the games they want to make. I just felt like it just didn't look like what, like this type of content where they were going to put out these weekly videos and everything was kind of cool in theory. But, like, they're not hitting. Like, this is just two people having a conversation. Maybe I'm not even reading or listening to what they're saying. I was kind of just watching it, and it looked like they were just awkwardly flirting, So I don't understand, like, how they thought that was going to get them through. There were a lot of mistakes made with this game, and I will also say, though, I did enjoy playing the game, all right? You can see I made it to level 15. It said I played about 8 hours of the game. I streamed it with Hyruler, when he was finally able to get playing. Like, there's some good stuff here. Like, I don't know about... I loved all these free gunners, like, I feel like some of them are kind of cheap. There's some decisions with them that I just didn't really enjoy. Some of them can, like, float around and fly forever, and others can't. And there's just a bunch of things I wasn't a fan of, but everything looks good. Like I liked Teo, whose name I couldn't remember until I saw it just now. Like, this is the character I played as the most, but there's a lot of things missing for sure. The rumors are that it only sold 25,000 copies, which is absolutely insane. There's a lot of culture war stuff that I don't really care about, that people were hating on the game for, but I don't really think that played as big a deal into this as necessarily other things. I just feel like it just wasn't an interesting game. I don't think it was poorly made. I think, like I said, the environments were great, the levels were great. There are just a lot of characters nobody cares about, and it's a hero shooter. And I think half of why you want to play a hero shooter is because you care about the game, or you care about the characters. When you look at Overwatch and why it's been so successful, they've given you lots of reasons to care about the characters outside of the game. It's also, has had many years of history, to develop that. And they just started behind the 8 ball with a $40 entry point that a lot of people probably looked at and said, I'm not going to pay that because I don't know if this game is going to last, or I'm just going to wait for this game to go on PS Plus because inevitably it's going to. Unfortunately, the hero shooter market is free to play. Right? You got Marvel Heroes coming. Marvel Rivals coming, which has tons of characters everybody already loves and cares about. And then you've also got Fragpunk, which I believe is also free to play. But even like some of these like characters, like this is this person's stock skin, and it looks boring, you know? Like, this one is the one that came with, like, the deluxe edition, and it looks fantastic. This should have been the standard stock. Like, you look at some of these characters, and they're just so drab, and, like, I mean, all right, like, this character is cheap to me. Like, I see people play this character, and she's got the whole flying thing, and it's just annoying, you know? Like, I don't like playing that way, and Roka is also very cheap. The Lark here, I don't understand why there's like two different, I guess there's two variants of Lark, because they have different, you know, powers and whatnot, which, I don't know. It's just kind of messy, and there's a lot going on. I don't think it holds your hand well enough. Haymar might be one of the ones that floats. Her gun is weird. She shoots fire. Like, look at that outfit. It's okay, but, you know, this one certainly looks a million times better. I don't know, like, I wanted to be I feel like I was very fair about the game. I really enjoyed it when I played it, and I had a lot of fun playing with Hyrule, which is an achievement in and of itself, because Hyrule is extremely boring and Canadian, so it's really hard to have any kind of fun with Hyrule, and I had it with this game, and I think that's like about the biggest compliment that you can ever give a video game, is I had fun playing it with Hyrule. But I do feel like you know, having people that you know and interacting with is a key to any game. And you know, when I was playing with Hyrule, I was having fun. When I was playing by myself, and you know, it was a game. But like, all these designs are like, the standard designs are just so drab, and then these like deluxe editions skins, they look fantastic, you know. I like, at some point you have to understand that, like, there's got to be something to it. But also, you see all these other outfits, right? Excuse me. I don't know how, like, their progression unlocks, and I just feel like a lot of the progression, like, some of these look decent, you know. That one's awesome, right? I haven't actually even seen that before, but you know, like, I just feel like there was a lot missing with this game. And ultimately what it came down to is getting people to go into that entry-level point of $40. And I certainly couldn't recommend it. You know, when I was streaming, people would pop in the stream and say, hey, Jay, you know, what do you think? Should I buy this game? And there was no chance I was going to say yes, because I, too, worried about the game's long-term status, you know? And whether or not this was going to end up on PS Plus. I mean, like, look, these ultimate, like, skins, that looks freaking awesome. All right? But, like, and that actually, she's got one of the better designs, I think. But, like, some of these are just, she's okay. Some of these are just kind of drab, you know? But I also feel like the game, like, if it started out as free to play, I think it would have had a better shot. And I think a lot of people made that point. Because it's kind of hard to not only invest time but money into a game that you just don't have confidence is you're going to get your money's worth out of. And I could not actively, and I wanted to, trust me, like, I wanted, listen, there's a Lego Horizon Adventures game coming out, and this is the first time that Sony has ever noticed me and said, hey, we might want to work with this guy. And I wanted to always be fair to both the consumer and you know, the developers, but I want opportunity like everybody else, you know, and I'm just being honest here, like I always am. I was hoping that I was really going to love this game, and I'd be able to say, hey, Sony, look, you can trust me to be honest. You can trust me to not just jump into the culture war, if you will, and try to crap on the game to get attention. You know, I gave this game a very fair chance, and I think I was very fair. I just couldn't recommend it, you know, like, because this is exactly what I was afraid of. And I have to say, give them credit. This is a lot like Lawbreakers. You know, Lawbreakers was out for a little bit, probably a little bit longer than 2 weeks. And they said, you know what, you know, we're going to give you all your money back, you know, and that's huge. And I think for the people that did have faith and did want to play this game and did want to enjoy this game, you know, to be able to get your money back and have your faith be kind of rewarded, even though the game is going to go away, I think that goes a long way. You know what I mean? And I hope, because the way that the blog, that I don't like that one at all, though. The way the blog sounded, it sounded as though they're going to take some time to go back and potentially come back revamped, you know, and probably free to play, I would imagine. But I just kind of felt like there wasn't enough to keep me interested, you know, like there weren't a lot of unlocks. Like I felt like I was just playing to play, which I guess is kind of the point of some games, but like I wasn't like moving towards anything, you know, like the different free gunners, they have their unlocks, but like they launched in a season 0, you know what I mean? And I don't know that that was a very good idea. You know, I feel like this game needed to have everything right from the start. They needed to be ready to go, and they needed to give people things to do. This game would have benefited from a PvE mode. When you go into play, you see there's a brawl, there's an overrun, there's rivalry, and that's it. There's 3 game modes, and one of them is a more competitive game mode, okay? So you get extra XP, but you don't respawn, you know? I just feel like that's a mistake. Sure, you have practice range, there's training, and then there's these time trials, which weren't that interesting to me. But, like, there's not enough to do in this game, and there's not enough personal attachment to these characters. So I really hope they're able to work things out and come back and maybe give us a better free-to-play version with more stuff to strive towards, but we'll see. But I do give credit to PlayStation for, you know, giving people their money back and, you know, making, like, listen, they're going to get dunked on for this, okay? This is one of the biggest disasters in video game history, you know, 25,000 copies of a AAA title, console exclusive, not even console exclusive, like, this is a PlayStation video game. They made this game, right? Like, Redfall did better than this game, all right? I feel like a lot of people point at Redfall as one of the biggest flops in video games over the last few years, and even Redfall doubled their daily, you know, on Steam, right? Like everybody looks at Steam charts like it's the be-all, end-all, and their peak concurrent was more than twice what Concord was. And that's a game that most people that played on PC probably did it on Game Pass. So, like, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. So I just want to say that I really hope, like, I feel like there's something there. I feel for the developers. I've met a lot of devs over the years. I've gotten to visit some studios. And, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, when you meet the people, they're real people. Like, these are people that have jobs that they, you know, they depend on it. They didn't want to make a bad game. They thought that this was going to be, you know, something cool. And I applaud them for that. But, I don't know, man. I just, this is kind of crazy. Uncharted territory. So this is the 3rd time I made this video, by the way. My audio is awful in the first 2, so appreciate you guys hanging through this. I would love to know what you guys think. For most of you, why did you not buy this game? Why were you not interested in this game? Is there anything that they can do that is going to make you interested in playing it in the future? Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see ya.